you're live today, if you are in fact live here today. And if you're not, if you're watching this in a recording or in the rebroadcast, well, I'm also going to say thanks for being here. If you can't tell if you're watching this live or in the rebroadcast, then good for you. Just pretend it's live and yell at me and talk to me through the screen. I can't hear you either way. I'm going to pop into the chat if you want to ask questions, ask me anything here. And then I'm also going to just pop into the chat right now while I'm thinking of it. If you want to brainstorm with me about how to take your unique business, your unique way of doing things, and you want to brainstorm with me about how to get new clients into your business and how to do it quickly and reliably, then there's a link for you to do that. It's not a sales call in disguise. It's just a brainstorming session with me. So the link to do that is mylastname.me. And that will bring you to a place where you can apply to be on my calendar. Now, not everybody can get on my calendar. You've got to have a business. You've got to make some money. You've got to have a product that people want. If you have those things, then yeah, absolutely. Hop on the calendar and let's brainstorm about your business. I got something really cool to show you today, and I think you're going to like this. Hey, what's up, guys on YouTube, guys and gals? I'm going to presume. Thanks for being here. So I've got something cool that we're going to do today. I'm actually going to share with you something that I delivered in a workshop yesterday, and that I've got the notes, and everybody in the workshop went kind of nuts over it and stuck around for the full hour. I'm going to condense it just a little bit today for you. So let's share those notes and let's get to work on this. And again, you got questions on anything, you just pop those things right into the chat. I'm here for you. And the notes are missing. Oh, they're probably there. Hang on just one second. The buttons are big and they're hard to find. There, now I've got it. Now I can share it with you. All right, so here's what we're going to be talking about today. These are 5 brand new digital marketing strategies for 2025. These are strategies that you're going to be able to use right away as you get ready for 2025. But then as you move into 2025, these are the things that are going to make the biggest difference for you and your business and your ability to attract clients into your business. So the mission for today, I want to show you some creative new ways. Now, some of these ways you might have heard before, and some of these ways might not seem new, but the way that we're using them is going to be new. And I'm going to show you some interesting things that you can do that you might not have thought of. And we're also going to talk about ways that we can combine tools to have them work more effectively for us so that we can grow our businesses, because that's what it's all about. And I want to give you a head start because 2025 is coming up pretty quickly. Now, if you're watching this as I've recorded this in 2024, 2025 is right around the corner. So we should start working on this stuff now. Why wait? Let's get that head start. But I also want to keep things simple and effective for you. So every step of the way, all of these 5 strategies, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly where to start. And that place to start is going to be as simple as possible. Now, some of you might be a little bit more advanced, and that's totally cool. You're welcome to comment and tell me that, oh, that stuff's way too easy. Totally get it. But I'm making this video for the person that just wants to get started. And the best way to get started is to take that very simple first step. So I'm going to share with you a very simple first step. Who knows? Maybe I'll share an advanced one for you advanced people as well. Stick around and see if that'll happen. This is stuff that you can do right now. And I also want to show you how you can use AI tools sensibly and without hype. Because one of the biggest problems that we see with AI right now is there's a lot of hype around it. And there are a lot of products that are coming to market that can't fulfill on the promises that they're making. So that's a little bit frustrating for me. So I want to show you how to use AI sensibly and try to avoid the hype, because there are 3 things that I want for you. And these are the 3 things that I want for the people who are in my masterminds. I've got 2 masterminds and a bunch of private clients. I want the same thing for all of them. I want you to make and keep more money. That's vastly different than just making more money. I want you to keep as much of it as possible. That's why we started our businesses in the first place. I want you to have more impact on those that you serve. I really want you to get the best results possible for your clients. And what I'm going to show you today will give you some ideas on how you can do that. And then I also just want you to be happy, feel fulfilled, confident, feel joy in your business. When you started your business, you had this vision for helping people and making money, and you could see how happy that would make you. And for a lot of people, that slips away. And I don't want that to slip away for you. So if you feel like you've got more potential inside of you that's just waiting to come out, or maybe you've tried a bunch of stuff that just hasn't worked out in the past, or maybe you wake up and you look in the mirror and you say to yourself, did I make the right decisions in doing this? Well, I want to help you out. This is why I've made this. This is why I do what I do. And I'm making this just for you. By the way, as we're going through this, if any of this resonates with you and you want to brainstorm with me about how to implement this directly into your business, how to just plug this right in, and maybe it's not perfectly clear for you today, very easy to do. Just hop on my calendar at prouty.me. Prouty is my last name, .me for .me. That'll get you to a web page where you can apply to be on my calendar. Please already have a business before you do that, and have a business that you've made a few sales. I can help you the fastest. If you're just toying around with ideas, I can help you a little bit, but the call really isn't for you. So if you do apply to be on that call, please already have a business and please have had a few clients. I'm going to be able to show you how to plug this stuff right in. All right. So Prouty.me is where we can do that. Let's jump into the very first strategy for you, which is simplifying marketing automation. Marketing automation, which is also known as MarCom, marketing automation, or that's marketing communication, marketing awe, MAR-AW. Marketing automation is the process of using tools to automate parts of your business so that you can take your hands off of it. So this is when you automate repetitive tasks or things that you don't want to do over and over again. And it's really easy to do that. So there are some new AIs that are popping up every single day that will help you with this. It's going to be your responsibility to check those things out. I look at these things as they show up, and I'm just not seeing a lot of the AIs that are producing the results that they're promising just yet. It doesn't mean that they won't, especially through 2025, because things are just moving so rapidly. But right now, we just have to be really sensible about which AI tools that we're choosing. So things like chatbots, those have come a long way. But now with layering in AI, we're finding that chatbots are getting better and better. And we're also finding intelligent email, where email campaigns are becoming more specific to users' interests and users' desires and users' behaviors. And then we're also seeing AI and analyzing data for us. So if you're pulling data from, say, Google Analytics or from some other tools, AI can now be used to analyze that and help you make smarter decisions faster. Now, that's where AI is working very well, and it's also working very simply. With this new level of integration, what we're seeing is that you can take systems and combine them easily with other systems. Here's an example of that. You can take a chat bot that has a simple conversation with a prospect on your website, and you can link that with your CRM, your customer relationship management system, so that you can now chat with them with the chatbot, but then you can also put them into email campaigns that are very specific to their interests, because we can use things like creative tagging and segmentation to email them very specific campaigns based on the results they got with the interaction with the chatbot. Here's an example of that. And this gets a little bit complex, so don't freak out when you see this, but this is just a basic flow of one of my chatbots. This sits out on the internet 24/7, 365. And while it's on the internet, what it's doing is it is having interactions with people. People are coming on, they're starting a conversation with it. They know it's a chatbot, they know it's not really me. And it's asking them questions. And based on their answers, it's branching off to different places to give them exactly what they're looking for. And so another example of that looks like this. And I've blocked out sensitive information here, like people's names, but the first part of the interaction is asking them for permission to have a conversation with them. And then it makes an offer. And this is an offer that's current right now. Chris is helping people get their next 3 clients with a customized strategy, and it's completely free. They say they want it. The chatbot asks for their email address. They give their email address, and then it provides them with a link to get started. And that link will then enroll them in a session with me where we go through how to get 3 clients, your next 3 clients. Now, that session is also an opportunity for me to get to know my prospect and to make an offer to come into one of my masterminds. In fact, I've got a mastermind that's so ridiculously inexpensive, it's cheaper than coffee. So like if you had coffee today, you paid more than people who get to work with me a couple of times a week in growing their businesses. So you can make an offer to come into that. By the way, if that seems intriguing to you, just hop over to prouty.me and apply to be on my calendar. I'm very happy to tell you all about it. I'm not going to try to sell it to you. You'll already know if it's right for you. So that's an example of a chatbot. And now this person goes into my email system and I can start sending them campaigns based on their interests. So that's an example. That's the manifestation of this flow right here. So where should you start? I really think you should start with a very simple chatbot. Have that chatbot ask one question. If you're looking to just start this, and a lot of people that come to me and talk to me about chatbots just want to start simply. Have it ask one question. Are you interested in signing up for a newsletter that sends you one high quality email per week? Yes or no? Yes. Send them to a form, collect their email address, and now you're communicating with them in 2 places. And that's pretty cool. If they say no, say, well, what can I help you with? And they'll ask, and you'll get an alert on your phone, and then you can pick up the conversation. That's as simple as it gets, and that's where I recommend you start. Next, community-driven marketing. So communities aren't new, right? Facebook has had Facebook groups, LinkedIn has Facebook groups, but free isn't necessarily better. And we run into some problems with Facebook and LinkedIn groups, and that problem comes in the form of visibility. When you're using Facebook and LinkedIn groups, you're relying on the platform to promote the content to your members. And the platform doesn't always do that because on Facebook and LinkedIn, there are thousands of distractions, people going in all different directions, looking for all the things they're interested in, from recipes to information on business to people playing pranks on one another. I think that's the stuff that shows up on these channels. So Facebook and LinkedIn wants to give people a variety of data, a variety of content. And they don't necessarily want to promote what's going on in your group. So you could post something valuable in your group and your audience might never see it. That's why I think moving to these new platforms for groups is a better option for you. And if you're looking for a free option, Discord, creating a Discord community is a great way of doing it because people will log on to Discord. Everybody has the same experience. Everybody gets the same information, and you're not relying on the platform to decide whether somebody should see it or not. Now, if you're planning on adding educational content, there are other services like Circle or Kajabi. School is another one. Mighty Networks is another one. You could look at those as well. In fact, if you're already running an educational service where you have a course or a program, you might have a community baked into that platform. So check that out first. And your big decision point here is, do you just want a community of people that you can help, or do you want a community that has learning attached to it? And there's many different ways of doing that. But let's start simply. Just hop onto Discord, create a free server, and start to get people into your community at a ton of value. The third strategy is going to be real incredible levels of personalization as we move through next year, as we move into 2025. The more personalized your message, the better response you're going to get. There are AI tools for personalization. Whenever I look at these tools and I start to look at the groups that are talking about these tools, no one can get these things to work the way that they're positioning that they work. These companies are saying they work. The personalization just is not there yet. That's a hard message, and a lot of people don't want to hear that message and they won't accept that message. But the reality is, I can't recommend any AI tools for you for personalization right now. They're just not there yet. Maybe they'll get there in 2025. Instead, I want you to use your actual intelligence. So in your email software, find ways to creatively tag and segment people when they come into your CRM based on their behavior. If they, for example, attended a workshop that you gave, tag them with the context of that workshop. What was that workshop about? And now you can segment that audience based on their likes and their behavioral indicators of interest. Now you're using your actual intelligence to talk to your prospects and your leads in a completely different way. You can also take personalization to a whole new level when you're making your connections on social media, like LinkedIn, for example. Instead of just clicking connect with someone and not even including a message, or worse, including a generic message that everybody hates, or worse than that, trying to hit somebody with a sales pitch, which everybody hates, how about instead you go to their LinkedIn profile, you look at their last post, and you find something inspirational about it, and you start the conversation in your connection request. That's a level of personalization that very few people are doing. You will stand out. You will get better connections. Better connections means better prospects, better leads, ultimately better clients. Now, if you want to get advanced, do it like I mentioned earlier and do behavioral indicators of interest in your tags in your CRM. And every CRM works a little bit differently. So I can't get quite customized for you on what is clearly a recording or a video where I can't really talk to you because you're not sitting here. Then number 4 is building an engaged audience with nano influencers. So we all know what influencers are, right? Because we see the Lamborghinis that they drive and we see the big houses that they pretend to live in. What I'm talking about here are not those people. What I'm talking about are the nano influencers. These are people with 1,000 to 10,000 followers. They don't have a ton of followers, but that's good. And the reason that that's good is because they have a better, more authentic connection with those followers. So when you can find someone who has an audience that is similar to yours, but is non-competitive to you, and they have this homogeneous group of followers that all have the same interest, and that interest is in what you do, you can leverage the power of their authenticity by asking them to promote something of yours to their followers. Now, we want to be careful here. Don't hit them with a sales pitch. Don't try to sell anything. In fact, let's just get them to engage with your content. And one of the best ways to do that is by offering something that is free and of high value. So if you have something right now that you can give away for free that has high value, you could work with one of these nano influencers to do that. But let's make sure that they're getting fairly compensated for this. I think the tendency is for a lot of people to want to try to trade services, but I would rather just pay somebody for what they do. So make an offer for $100, $150 for them to promote this one free thing to their audience and watch what happens. It's a great way to rapidly build your own audience. And then finally, start to look at social commerce. Just about every social platform is starting to create a way for you to sell on that platform. Instagram and TikTok are 2 great examples of it. And you'll be able to boost sales directly from your social interactions. You can provide a more enriching experience for your followers and your connections by having something that they can buy from you, especially if they like you. They're going to want to buy something from you if you can provide them with a transformation. So the key here is to be very careful about what you're selling, because you can't sell virtual products. You can't sell an online only set of products or services. You can't sell something that's non-tangible. However, and I have a link right here, I don't even really need to open this, but if you look inside of this link, I will open it for you right now. Let's see if I can do that. If you look in here and you search for the word DVD, I think it only appears once. This is where TikTok is telling us that you can't sell virtual products and you can't sell services, but what you can sell are DVDs with digital content. So imagine that you have a digital service. What if you could splinter off some of that, record it, put it on a USB drive, sell it in the TikTok shop, send the USB when someone buys it, and now use that consumer connection to ascend them into your actual service. So that's a new, possibly creative way of thinking about how to use an online shop to sell something that doesn't really have something tangible. Make it tangible, sell it, and then ascend. And so you're sitting there and you're watching this, and you started to watch this video because you want to learn new strategies to getting clients in 2025. And you've just seen 5 of them. That's truly just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more. And you've heard me say that I'm not doing this to try to sell you anything at all. In fact, I just want to see you win. And you might be wondering how you can implement this quickly into your own business, because reality is you're unique, your business is unique, you've got unique needs. And this is a video where I can't be here talking to you, but I do have a way to help you do that. If you go to prouty.me, Prouty.me, Prouty is my last name, .me is the extension that you go to. Just type that into a web browser. A little form is going to pop up, just asks for your name and email, and you can apply to be on my calendar. What we'll do on that call is I will ask you a bunch of questions about your business, and then I will provide you with a customized strategy that you can plug in right away to start getting more clients. Totally customized to you, and it will have an awesome time. You can ask me anything you want on that call, and I might even tell you about my masterminds. Generally, people who come onto that call already know if it's right for them or not. I'm cool either way. I just want to help you out. So visit prouty.me and you can apply to be on my calendar. And if you get on my calendar, we'll have a great time. In fact, such a great time that what I would like to offer you is, if you do get on my calendar, I'd like to give you free access to a class that I created early 2024 that goes through all of the important changes LinkedIn made in 2024. And they made a bunch of them. The way that you reach your audience on LinkedIn has dramatically changed just in the past 12 months. And I've reverse engineered every step of it so that you can get more reach in front of the people who are more likely to hire you. So that's what this class does. It covers your professional profile of record, which is more than just the content that you produce. Now, some people paid $2,500 to be a part of this. Just for getting on my calendar, I'd like to offer it to you for free. So nice little bonus for you. All you have to do is go to prouty.me, schedule to be on my calendar, and I will look forward to seeing you just in the next couple of days. And so that wraps up this talk on 5 new digital marketing strategies for 2025. Thanks for being a part of that. I certainly would love to answer any questions that you have, whether you're here on the Zoom or you happen to be out there on YouTube. Let me just bring up the YouTube real quick and see. Thank you for being here, if you were here watching this. If you are watching this and you're wondering what this is a rebroadcast or a simulcast of a live workshop that I do every Friday at noon for the people who are a part of my mastermind. And there's a bunch of them here on Zoom right now. The chat has been awfully quiet while I went through that, but I'm certainly happy to answer any questions that you have. Same for you guys on YouTube. What's going on, guys? How did I do with that? Was that cool? Did you enjoy that? I don't think any of that would be terribly new for you guys. All right, chat's awful quiet. Oh, I see hearts floating up. I see hearts floating up on YouTube. I don't know who's hitting all those hearts, but thanks for that. That was very nice of you. For LinkedIn connections, what do you do if you can't send a note? I haven't seen your ability to send a LinkedIn connection without being able to send a note. Is that function disabled? Have you run into people where the function of being able to attach a note to a LinkedIn connection is disabled? After so many connection requests, you're not able to attach a note. Wow. I am not familiar with that at all. Pardon me for not even knowing about that, because you're not premium. Yeah, so then that's it. So you've either got to pony up for premium. Yeah. As somebody just said, is that free or premium? So you've either got to spend the dough for premium or you got to slow down your connection requests. What I would do is I would work hard to build your EEEATT, right? Build your expertise and your authority and all of that stuff so that you're getting people reaching out to you instead of you having to reach out to them. That's what I would do. In fact, that's what I've done. My LinkedIn outbound is very, very small now. I don't really do a lot of LinkedIn outbound. The only outbound I do is for companies that have marketing teams that might want to hire me to advise their marketing teams. And so I've got a couple of companies that I do that with. And generally, those are the only people I'm reaching out to now. So that's only a handful per week. So you've got 3 options. Option number 1 is build your authority so that you get more people reaching out to you. So, push your visibility, push your authority, and watch what happens. The other Wow. All right. Thanks. That was a very nice comment on YouTube. I'll address that in a moment. Thank you. Option number two is pay for premium or use premium. I think they'll give you premium free for a month. So use it free for a month and go to town on LinkedIn, like just spend an hour a day on LinkedIn and build your audience and then cancel. And if you don't want to pay for it, then cancel it. They'll beg you to come back after about a month or two. They'll offer you another free month. And then the third option is what was the third option? Build your authority. Oh, the third option is to slow down your LinkedIn requests. There's another option, but I think it's gray area, so I will save that for on the inside. I don't want to talk about it live on YouTube because it might be gray area, and I don't want to share it. I only want to do ethical stuff. So Power Plus Nature is out there on YouTube. Thank you so much for the heart, and thank you for the kind words. Power Plus Nature just said, I'm the best. I don't know if I'm the best. I just want people to win. That's all. Don't make this about me. I just want to see you win. Somebody in the mastermind says that they have links to get 2 months of free premium, but they said it not publicly. So you're gonna have to guess who that is, and then you're gonna have to message them, or you'll probably run into them in one of the collab calls. So you could get 2 months. So just take your free month on LinkedIn and seriously go to town. Create a ton of valuable content. Put that. So here's your strategy. You ready? Step number one. It says you can use. Yeah, you know what? I will use your name in a private setting, because I don't want that to go, because we're live on YouTube. Yeah. Here, I'll put it in the Zoom chat. You guys on YouTube, this isn't a slight against you. It's just that I'm broadcasting a private, a private Zoom. So there we go. So I think your strategy would be to, number one, take a free month or two on LinkedIn. Number two, just go to town, like seriously post highly valuable content every day. I would post content that I would create all modalities. So I would create short form content that answers really quick questions. I would create long form content that goes in depth into certain topics. I would create a newsletter and build the subscriber base. Especially with premium, I would invite as many people as possible to try to build the subscriber base to that newsletter, so that if you go off premium, now you have a direct conduit to messaging with people. I would create videos and launch videos. I would show testimonials and transformation. I would just build out your content, search, optimize everything. And what I mean by that is figure out what people are asking for and address it so that it's search optimized on LinkedIn. Then if you go away from LinkedIn Premium, you still have all of that content that's working for you. All right. So there we go. And the offer is made in the Zoom chat for you guys here on the Zoom. Okay, so there is your LinkedIn strategy. Close my coffee to take a sip of it. What else, guys? What else do you want to ask about? I will answer anything for you. If you guys are here on YouTube, you checking in on YouTube, thank you for being here. Whether you're live or in the recording of this, I'm grateful that you're here. And thank you for that. I am here to answer your questions. If you are live, you can ask me anything in the chat. If you are watching this on the replay, you can ask me anything in the comments. Super grateful for you. Thank you for being here. Earlier in this broadcast, I shared 5 brand new digital marketing strategies for 2025. Somebody asks if I had to start with one strategy, if I had to start with one, what would it be? I really do think it's the chat bot. If I had to pick one of those strategies to start with, it's the chat bot. And it's really because I started doing chatbots a long time ago. My very first chatbot I wrote myself using if-then statements with PHP and JavaScript. And now they're just so much more robust. So if I had to start anywhere with those five, I would start with a chatbot, and I would have that chatbot do one thing. I would just try to get it to do one thing. Because I will tell you, I've had chatbots that I've tried to do many things, and it just never people got into these weird loops with the chatbots where the chatbot was asking them the same question over and over again. And this was a paid chatbot. So what I would do is I would have it just do one thing, and that's make a simple free offer in exchange for the email address. So essentially, we're taking the landing page methodology and we're using a chatbot for it instead. You guys here on the Zoom in the masterminds, you always hear me say that everything works the same. And that's an example of how everything works the same. You have a landing page that makes an offer and converts someone to an email address in exchange for something of value. Well, let's have a chatbot do the same thing. If I could have my 14-year-old sit here messaging with people doing the same thing, I would. So the chatbot is cheaper than hiring her. At what, I don't know, it's a couple bucks a month. So have the chatbot sitting on your website just ready to make an offer to someone, and have that offer be something that's of high value that they'll give you an email address for. Get that email address and pop it into your CRM, tag them, and now start sending them emails that are specific to what they're interested in. Yeah. I think that's where, if I had to start anywhere, especially if you started that now, you'd have this thing fine-tuned and ready to go in 2025. This thing could be just cranking out leads for you in 2025. Mine gives me free leads every single day. That would be a good title for a video, wouldn't it? Free leads every single day. Yeah. I'm going to put that in my notes. I'll make that for you. Let me just pop that in my notes of content ideas. Let's do it right here. There. No. I just got to find the right note. Here we go. Free leads every single day. And I think a chatbot will do that for you. So if you want to look at there are so many different chatbots out there. The one that I use is ManyChat, and I like it a lot, and it works really, really well. I showed you in the talk what my ManyChat flow looks like just for one of my flows. I've got a dozen different flows, but I try to keep it just so very simple. Here, I'll show you again. This is where you start. And you don't even need to be as complex as I am. Here, let me just get that up and I'll show you. It's right here. So this is where you start. So somebody comes in. So the ManyChat chatbot that I'm using leverages Facebook Messenger. So somebody starts chatting with it, and Facebook Messenger is the tool. So that might be a limitation for you. If your leads and your prospects don't use Facebook, then they're not going to be able to use your chatbot. So you got to think about that as you're going into this. If your leads, and there are some of you, especially people that work with high-level executives, they might not be using Facebook. And if they do use Facebook, they might not use Facebook Messenger. So we have to be very, very careful with this. So you have to find another chatbot that uses something other than Facebook Messenger. All right. But the flow is the same. Hey, first name. Is it cool with you if I message with this chat thing? Yes, let's chat. This is the human. This is the chatbot. This is the human. Yes, let's chat. Awesome. Right now, Chris, the chatbot's talking about me, is helping people get their next 3 clients with a customized strategy. Do you want the scoop? It's free. Yes, let's go. So now I have permission. Awesome. What email address can I use to get you hooked up? So see what I'm doing here is I want to move the conversation from the chatbot to email. So I get their email address, and then now I've got their email address. I'm going to start sending them messages about this to get them scheduled, but I also give them instant gratification. It's free, no trickery. Sending the details to the email. If you use Gmail, look in promotion. I'm just trying to make it super clear for them. And then right below this message, which you don't see here in my clipping, there's a button that they can click, and then that will get them onto my calendar to have this session. So if you're watching this and you want to check this out, I actually have a link I think you can go to check this out. That link is chat.prouty.me. So like prouty.me is my calendar, but I think chat.prouty.me, I think that link will take you right. Yeah, that'll take you right to this. You got to log in. I don't want to chat with my chatbot, but you can go through this. You could apply to be on that. You could apply for that meeting if you want. I mean, if you're watching this and you want to get 3 clients, go ahead and go through my chatbot, and you can see how it works. This is the flow right here. It's just they come in, it asks them a series of questions and does things based on their answers. Anything in yellow that you see here, pay attention to this. Anything in yellow is an integration to another system. So anything in yellow is an integration with my CRM, for example. So the moment they give me their email address, it goes over to my CRM, and now I can start sending them emails. So yellow is an integration. Everything else here is just a flow. Red means I'm waiting for a response. But everything else is, and this is so simple. It's so very simple. So where do you start if you're really looking to get started with new stuff? I would start with a chat bot, a very simple chat bot that integrates with your CRM. That's what I would do, because that's how you get free leads every day. And so now you're probably wondering, well, do I need to have this on my website? Because I have this on my website. Let me show you. Let me show you. When you visit my website, when you visit 9twice.com, that's my website. Very simple. This little pop-up shows up at the bottom. When you click on Let's Chat, it starts that Facebook chat. And the moment you start chatting, it makes the offer to you for the Get 3 Clients session, which also is promoted with these buttons here. But it promotes that to you. And when you put in your email address, it goes into my CRM, and then I start mailing you until you buy something or you unsubscribe. So this is what you would do. You would integrate it here. This integration right down here comes directly from ManyChat. I didn't have to do anything to do this. I just said, hey, ManyChat, I want this on my website. And ManyChat said, okay, go put this on your website and it'll be there. And I did, and it is. So it was just like a copy and paste exercise. So clicking here starts that chat as well. So if you're wondering where to start, that's where. Because that's how you get free leads every day. In fact, not having this right now, you're missing leads. There are people that want you, right? There are people that want to work with you, and they're going away. They're browsing around your website, but they're not doing anything. So you're missing those leads. So this is how you get free leads every single day. And that one's pretty easy. I don't know what ManyChat costs. It can't be much. So that's where you start with this. And then, by the way, don't ignore those leads once you get them. You get those leads, now you nurture those leads, and you get them on a call, and you get them on the call and you sell them something, or you send them emails to buy something. So get people on the call based on their behavior, get them on your list so you can get them on the call, get them on your list by having a chatbot just waiting for them. That's where you start. That's where you start. And so then your question is, what if I don't have a website? So you don't have to have a website for this to work. This can all happen through your LinkedIn, this can all happen through your Facebook business page. Let me open that up and I'll show you. I know you can't see my screen. I'm going to go into I'll go to my Facebook business page. I might be on it right now. Let me just get to the right Facebook business page because I have two of them. Why? Don't ask. Right there. So if you go to my Facebook business page, which I'll put, I think it's the, what a weird name for my Facebook business page. It's called The Real Chris Prouty or Real Chris Prouty. What a weird name. Here, let me just get that for you. Let me share this with you first and I'll show you. Back over to the Zoom. Here. Okay, so here's my Facebook business page. Can I view this thing as a regular human? Isn't there a button to view as a human? Maybe not. I know there is on LinkedIn. I don't know if there is here. But anybody who goes here, if they click this message right here, it pops up. And I used to offer an ebook, but you can see right here that that chat function is running right here. So you don't even have to have a website for this, as long as you can drive people to your Facebook business page. So yes, let's chat. And then it probably isn't going to work on me because it's me, and it's my tool. But that is, let me see, maybe what if I do this? Yeah, because it's me and it's my tool. Oh, maybe. All right, let's see. Let's see. That would be nice if it worked for me as well. What if I wanted to get my thing? Nah, it's not going to work for me because it's me. But it can work for you, and you can try it out. Just you can go to my website and try it out. Don't just try it out for no reason, though. I mean, if you're getting on my calendar, let's do this for real. Where are you, YouTube? I just want to see who's there. I know you're there. Here you are. There we go. Hey, got a bunch of people here. All right, so we've got about 7 minutes remaining before I gotta go. So now is the time to ask a question. Here's what we covered today. Covered 5 brand new digital marketing strategies. I gave you the exact one to start with. We talked about LinkedIn and the LinkedIn squashing your ability to add notes on the free platform. I think the best strategy there is to build your authority on the platform so people are coming to you so that you can stop the outreach. And you know what? To the person who asked me that, who's on the Zoom right now, you've been at it long enough where this should be happening. So it's time. It is time you brought that energy inward. Let them come to you. And then you get to choose. You want some ninja advice here? Only connect with people who are your perfect prospects. Do not connect with everybody. Don't connect with everybody on LinkedIn. Only connect with your perfect prospects. Here's why. LinkedIn uses your connections to decide who to show your content to. So if you connect with on YouTube right now, I'm doing it. I'm stopping the talk on YouTube just to do this to somebody who gave me one of these emojis. Only connect with your perfect prospects because LinkedIn looks at your connections and says, these are the people who I'm going to show the content to. So if you connect with the butcher and the baker and the candlestick maker, then LinkedIn's not going to know to show your content to a butcher or a baker or a candlestick maker. It's not going to know. So if you're only marketing to butchers, only connect with butchers. What a weird reference. But in all seriousness, if you sell to a certain kind of person, that's all you should connect with. If you only serve women in your service, don't connect with dudes. Similarly, if you run something that's only for dudes, don't connect with women. Like LinkedIn looks at everything. If you only serve CEOs of medical device companies, then those are the only people you connect with. And it's quality of connections versus quantity. You people who are out there doing LinkedIn Open Networkers, the LION, your time has come. you're done. You're done. LinkedIn has no idea who to put your content in front of because you wanted to, sorry, I almost said something judgmental. For whatever reason, you decided to go through and connect with everybody. So LinkedIn has no idea. You've done it to yourself. Do you recommend going through your connections and pruning the connections somebody says? Yeah, I do. You got it. You got it. I don't know if there's a tool for that or not. It would be cool if there was a tool, but what we want, friends, is we want quality connections over the quantity of connections. So that LinkedIn looks at your connections and says, "Oh, I get it. Michelle only connects with CEOs of regenerative medicine companies. So when she posts content, I'm only going to show it to people who are C-level for regenerative medicine." Oh, and oh my gosh, look. In all of her content, she says, if you're a CEO of a regenerative medicine company, holy smoke, Michelle has made it so easy for us to know who to put her content in front of. Let's do that. Versus, you know, Selfie Tuesday that should be on Instagram, not on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has no idea who to put that in front of. LinkedIn doesn't know. You have to think of LinkedIn as a 4-year-old. You've got to just feed it the most elemental information so it knows what to do. We have 2 minutes to go until the top of the hour. What was your biggest takeaway from our time together today? I have had a blast today. This was a ton of fun. Somebody says, can you put the hood up? I'll put the hood up. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put the hood up and I'll use it for the thumbnail for this. I'll put the hood up and I will use it for the thumbnail. What do you think? I have to freeze for a second to make the thumbnail. There, I put the hood up for the thumbnail based on someone's request. Mm-hmm. Michelle knows all about it. Michelle knows what's going on. Somebody says, great session today. Thank you for saying that. I'm grateful for you. All right. Hey, YouTube, you friends on YouTube, thanks for being here today. I'm really grateful for you guys as well. I'm going to bring this thing to a close. I'll be back next week doing this all over again. Gave you a ton of stuff to work on for the next week.